Welcome, everybody. Once again, we have a wonderful question to discuss today. Today's question is there a difference in using commentary, music, or chanting in meditation? Which is the best?
I like that question because when I started meditating, I think, I started with commentaries and, it kind of gave me that guidance of what sort of thoughts to think. I didn't have to create anything, and it made it easier for me to get into my meditation zone. So I think, when you start off with, well, for me, it's because I started off with commentaries, but when you have meditation commentaries, they really help you to not overthink anything. And it just helps to create, yeah, create is the right word, because it brings creativity in your meditation because they are coming from thoughts that are being spoken to you. And you simply have to just like repeat it internally or mentally and take yourself into that space or place. So, yeah. And when it comes to mantras, I think mantras are there to really get you into sort of like a trance. I wouldn't say you're going to trance, but into that kind of a mode where you just have this repetition of one thing and you get lost into that just one chanting that you may be chanting. Um, however, However, because of the type of practice that we practice of Raja Yoga meditation, I think I haven't paid too much attention on mantras. And what I have paid attention to are affirmations. So they could be like certain statements that I am a powerful being, I am a loving and kind, caring being. And those are the things that I might be repeating when I actually do my meditation. So when it comes to mantras, I would say it's more of an affirmation that I focus on rather than chanting the mantra itself. So, yeah, I think that's my take on this. How about yours, Amita?
Yeah, definitely. I agree. Also, when I started meditation, I found the best way, especially in the beginning, because we think so many thoughts during the day. I think it's about 30 to 40 thoughts. And if we're really stressed out, we can have about 50 to 60 thoughts per minute. Now, if you're thinking about that, having that many thoughts, the idea behind meditation is to sort of channel those thoughts and direct them into the right direction. So we're thinking the right thoughts so that we can make a difference and change in our lifestyle. So the best way initially, from my experience, is of course, yes, commentaries, because when you listen to a commentary, you basically are quieting the mind. So whatever's coming in your mind as for personal reasons, you're listening to something that you know is beneficial to you. So whether it's positive thinking or thinking of relaxing, whatever the case is, if there's a commentary, your concentration will be there. And so you're directing your thoughts that way and you're going to think those thoughts. So initially, yes, those thoughts are definitely, I mean, using a commentary is much easier. And then with regards to chanting, I have been given a mantra before, and I did use that for a while. It does take you to like another zone, basically. To It's just basically what it does. It helps to focus your thought into one thing only, which is that mantra. However, other thoughts still keep rushing around your mind despite you saying that mantra, because eventually if you keep on doing it, like just like how we say good morning or more, it lands up to be morning, and then it just lands up to be, like something you say on a daily basis, so you don't give it much thought and it loses its meaning. So in the same way, so if you keep repeating and chanting and chanting and chanting, the experience does reduce, because you find that, well, it's just there and I just have to say it, and you forget the meaning behind it unless you physically try and get yourself to mentally remember the meaning behind that chant and guide your thoughts that way. So commentaries to me are a better way to go. And then the other part is the difference in listening to music, of course, as you go along and you have master over your thoughts, music definitely helps. You know how, if you listen to good music, you get all happy and something that you enjoy and your mood lightens up and everything changes for you. In the same way, if you listen to certain music, automatically you are already, if it's uplifting and what have you, then you will get to experience that. And so it will help to enhance your meditation experience a bit more better. But of course, watch out what music you're listening to, something more calm, serene, something that will help to slow down your thoughts, because that's what we're trying to do in meditation, is to slow down those thoughts and then direct them. So when we listen, that's why we tend to listen to more instrumental type of music, because then that allows us to direct our thoughts, and then we start thinking, oh, I am that positive being. And so you are then in that meditation, including what Janita says, the affirmations that you probably are used to from commentaries beforehand, like I'm loving, I'm caring, I'm peaceful. And you start not just saying it, but you actually experience it. That's the idea behind it, is to really experience. So what is peace like? And then you're talking to yourself, what does it feel like? What does it mean to me? And then you sort of dig in deeper and you start having these conversations within yourself. And when you start having these more often, then when you go out there, it becomes part of you, that you can easily go into the zone of meditation anytime. But so there is that difference. There's no, I would say, the best method. It really depends on you as a person, what you enjoy most and what you need at that time. Till now, it's not that I don't use commentaries. I still, when I feel like, I've had a really hectic day and what have you, and I will go back to really going to a commentary, because I know I want to direct my thoughts a bit more and I just don't want to think a lot. So I sort of tend to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I do the same. But when the day's been kind of full, you don't want to make extra effort. And it seems like there's an extra effort when you just have music and you're trying to like quieten this busy mind, which is still going on and on about the day's activities. And so commentary is the best thing to use at that particular point. And of course, there's a combination of things that you can do. You don't have to be necessarily stuck to just one type or one way. You can incorporate a commentary. You can incorporate, a commentary can have no music and it can be just words. And then a commentary can have music. So you've got a commentary with the background music. And then you can have music that's very subtle and soft, that maybe you just want that only to simply tune out. And you could decide to just have your affirmation or your chanting and have no music at all. So it's, you mix and match and you go with what works or what makes you feel like getting into that meditation zone at that particular time or on that day. To be fixated about it and to say, no, but commentaries are better, or no, they said music is the way forward. Then someone else can say, no, but silence is the best. And, you need to reach that point where there's no music, no words, and just silence. And we just want that peace. Yeah, there'll be moments when you just want that. You just don't want to hear anything. And that's when you just go and sit silently under the tree and listen to the sounds of nature. Okay, but that sounds again. But you can really kind of go into that natural silence. And eventually, I've found that over the years, we've practiced with music and then eventually stopped playing music and got to a point where we just sit in silence for the first 15 to 20 minutes and then softly bring in music and come back into sound. And so that's another way that you can use sound and no sound when you're doing your meditation. So you could take these type of tips and see what works best for you. Nowadays there's lots of meditation commentaries available, and I think you choose the voice also that sounds good for you. You want a voice that's very soft, gentle to your ears. You don't want to overstimulate yourself when you're meditating. And that's why you sit to meditate, because you want to calm the soul, you want to calm the body. And that will only work if you really go for the soft, mellow tunes and voices. So, yeah. And if you really want to activate yourself, give yourself energy, maybe you have a dull moment, a dull day, and you want to just sort of activate yourself, then you could choose music that can sort of kick that ambience within yourself and that feel and that zone. And then try then to bring in, at that point, you want to bring in beautiful affirmations to empower yourself, to make yourself feel like, hey, I am the conqueror of the world and nothing can defeat me. I'm victorious. I'm successful. And then you can use that to get yourself in that sort of frame of mind.
Yeah, and just to add a little bit to that is that, of course, we definitely don't want that dependency on these items at the end of the day. You never know when the music or the commentary or the affirmation or what have you is not going to work for us at that particular time. So it is to help you to get to where you want to be, but to just sort of use it as a tool, but not really depend on it in any way. So try and use that initially to get you started out, but then get to a state where you can do with or without. It doesn't matter.
Exactly. Just see it as a guide, just to get you to initiate you into that state of mind, and then just be free of it, because meditation is about a lifestyle and you want to be able to do it wherever and whenever you want. And it's your phone is not near you and yet you want to meditate, you'll say, oh, I can't, I don't have my phone. You can't have that situation either, because it's not about having the phone. It's not about having the commentary and music, like Amita said. But it is about then eventually learning to be very self-dependent on creating. And nature really has beautiful sounds. If you get up in the morning and you sit and you listen, that's just, the birds, and it's just beautiful. And you just take that natural sound within and lose yourself in it. It's an amazing experience as well. So give it a try. Don't stop yourself from exploring and experimenting with what works for you, because what may work for the other may not work for you. And you may like that music, but somebody else doesn't. And so, we always try and give you a variety so that it's not just, one type, one way, especially when it comes to the subtle music as well. Because you want the main thing is you want to just relax and go within and experience something in your meditation. So sit relaxed and focusing on your breath. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, just let go, surrender your thoughts to the present moment. Be mindful of the chair upon which you are seated. And just observe the inflow and outflow of the breath within the body. Focusing your mind on the breath simply allows you to channel your thoughts to a focal point, a concentration of just one thing. Withdrawing from all the external sounds around you, remain absorbed and focused on the flow of your breath. Now let go consciousness of this. The body will continue its functions. As you turn your attention inwards, reminding yourself of that wonderful, loving being, spark of joy and happiness that you are. A being of kindness, compassion, and of radiant light. Mentally, you can repeat to yourself that I am pure love. I am pure peace. I am pure happiness. I am pure joy. Now allow yourself to relax even further. As you embody the experience of tranquility within your body, your soul, and your surrounding. This feeling is being embedded in every cell. And you reach a state of total relaxation, total serenity, silence, and stillness. Now gently bring yourself back. Become aware of your body, aware of your being, your breath, and your surroundings. And return full consciousness to the chair upon which you're seated. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. So, thank you so much for joining us today. We are welcoming you for all your questions, and of course, looking forward to speaking with you guys all next week. Thank you.
Thank you.